guys ready? Yep. How's everybody feel? It's better before than after, right? Because you're exhausted after.
I don't know. It's always interesting.
It's different vibe after.
You corral everybody, but it's just hard to get everybody together.
Yeah.
Are you going to interview Vinny?
Well, I'm kind of everybody.
Oh, okay. So we should switch to have him sit down here. So
Oh, whatever.
across to
Whatever.
You guys are good to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Melissa Walker with Fuze magazine from Utica, New York, and we are here with Sponge, and we are just thrilled to sit down and have a chance to chat. So we do really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you guys, and I know we're personally psyched as well as fans. So would you mind introducing yourselves for everybody? Whoever wants to start.
I'm Jeff, the bass player.
Billy, drums.
Kyle, guitar. And Andy, guitar. Tonight.
We hate you, Andy.
Andy's not with us.
I've been. Yeah, he's selfishly stuck in Texas at the airport, so
Last minute.
probably wasted at the bar.
We might as
Drinking
well.
watered down scotch.
If you're stuck in an airport, what else do you can do? It's drunk, really, right? All right, guys, does somebody want to talk to me a little bit about the new album and, you know, what you would like people to know about it or something interesting
Well, the
about
first thing we'd like them to know about is that it's out.
Right on.
That we have a record. And we were just talking to some folks out at the meet and greet, and there was an idea here for a second that Sponge had disappeared for a while, you know, and when you think about New Pop Sunday released in '99, which was our third record, you know, 2003 was For All the Drugs in the World, '05 was The Man, '08 was Galore Galore, we had the EP out in 2010, and then 2013 we go with Stop the Bleeding. So we've been around.
Absolutely, and actually, that's a good segue. I love when you guys segue for me. That's my favorite part. So I actually am really interested in that and how I feel like as a sound, the sound initially was really iconic for a lot of reasons, not just because it was such a cool mix of everything that was sort of going on, but it ended up on a lot of soundtracks and films that were also really iconic. It sort of became kind of a cultural thing. I mean, I think when you think about that time period, you certainly can easily think about Sponge. So how have you worked with that in terms of evolving? Because you have been putting out albums for a long time.
First of all, whoever thinks about when you're starting to become a band, there's the aspect of being iconic, you know what I mean? I think this is true, you know, when you go 20 years ago to today, you go, well, these things have become iconic. They've been part of a generation now, you know, and you simply don't plan it that way. So here's the thing. If I said to myself on Sponge's second record that the first record would be something iconic, we probably couldn't have made the second record, you know? And who's looking back until today, you know? You don't look back, you just keep making records and playing gigs. That's how we started, and that's how you keep going. I think.
That sums it up pretty good. I think that it's really neat for fans to be able to see a band evolve and not, you know, I'm going to use the word that everybody hates to hear, the phrase sell out, but there is a difference and there's a feeling and a heart that kind of is either in there or isn't in there as you change musically. So I think it's, you know, that's fascinating. I think a lot of people who have been along for the ride for a long time might also find that interesting. So do you find that what kind of drives your inspiration has changed at all, or what's it like, you know, working with new people and kind of mixing that up? Anyone ever?
I mean, some of the newness of it has been just like a process of staying alive, you know, like, you know, Billy has been with the band, how long, Billy, 13 years now?
13 years, yeah.
Kyle's 10. 11, sorry.
It's like anniversaries.
Hold on, I was just thinking.
11.
Yeah.
Jeff has been so kind to come out here with us. He was Jeff has been with us out in the Summerland tour a lot. A big part of last year, Jeff's been out with us. So I mean, it's, you know, Tim Paddlin produced a number of our records, has been playing bass with us as well. You know, so there's always it seems like there's always something new coming in the mix. You know, but the integrity of the group, I think, stays pretty intact based on the fact that we want to represent the tunes as best we can live. You know.
Right. How do you feel about playing the old stuff versus the new stuff? Are you tired of the old stuff? Do you feel the same wave of nostalgia we do and love it? What does it do for you, the difference?
For me, it's like your kids. You have old kids, you have young kids, you know, and they're your kids, so you don't blow any of them off just because they're older, you know. I love the old stuff. I love the new stuff. I love the whole catalog. So, like I said earlier, there's some new stuff this time around, some stuff we haven't played in a while. We played tonight, as well as stuff from the new record, which a lot of people haven't heard.
Hopefully we'll entice lots of people to buy the new record.
Yeah, I like our music. If I did, what would I be doing?
It does help. I think that's part of what comes across in the other things that we've talked about, the longevity. I like the word that you used, integrity, because I do think that's a really good word for that thing that some groups over time just kind of seem to lose. You know, the shine comes off the penny, and integrity can kind of keep that whole cohesion.
Well, also there's just not too many groups around from our era anymore. Certainly there are a number of them, but there are a number of them that have gone away. You know, for whatever reason, I don't know why.
Waves come and waves go. We do definitely see that, I think, in music. So how about that? How has that been to ride out the weird, you know, or maybe not so weird, sudden and then not so sudden changes in sort of what's popular with, you know, radio, being, you know, conscious of trying to get your things on air or whatnot? Do you have to deal with any of that? Do you have people to deal with that? What's that like creatively?
What do you mean, like, what specifically about that?
Well, I guess maybe has it impacted, not in a negative way, but in sort of a genuine, organic way, the way you approach writing new things? Do you not think about that at all? Like,
You know
what's
what?
going on?
Not one of us were sitting there in a room writing songs years ago going, you know, we're writing for anything other than ourselves. We're not going, ooh, this is good. We're writing for radio, you know,
Yeah.
this is going to be a big hit. You know, it was like, there was a radio format at the time that was just budding, you know what I mean? It was the alternative radio format that, you know, on one hand you had all the hair metal bands and all the bands like Zeppelin and Floyd still on the radio, but then people were like, you know what? We've had about enough of that, and we don't need to confine ourselves to that template anymore. Guess what? Here's Jane's Addiction, here's the Red Hot Chili Peppers, here's the Smashing Pumpkins, here's Soundgarden, here's Alice in Chains, here's Nirvana, here's Pearl Jam, here's Sponge. You know what I mean? And on and on and on. So it's just like, it was like the freedom, you're relieved. All of a sudden you don't have to, you know, you're just doing what you want to do. And guess what? There's a radio format there to embrace it. So, you know, just like today, you know, it boggles my brain to think about writing for radio. You know what I mean? We were talking about formula writing and these kind of things by the numbers. I don't understand that. You know?
Yeah. I think again that's probably part of why you guys are, you know, still able to inspire people. And in terms of the people that are coming out to the shows, I mean, I know you don't get to personally interact with everybody, but do you have any sense of, you know, are a lot of new people turned on? Do you see mostly, you know, those of us in our age group, you know, coming out, still rocking out, diehard kind of acolyte sort of things, or, you know?
Tell them about the gals last night. Those two gals.
I might have heard some of the story.
You're the one who had a story from last night.
I do. I like that story.
The story?
Please.
About the two chicks,
It's
the two gals.
this woman who was dancing with another woman, and she said she really, really dug me. Thought it was beautiful. She was just, man, she just like love older men.
Those were newer fans. I like that. Yeah, right.
Maybe the newer fans are no good. So don't
She pulled my left hand up and she goes, "Oh, you already got it, bitch."
What'd you say?
Wow.
She goes, oh, you already got it, bitch.
Where were you last night?
I was,
love summer.
it happened so fast.
Well, what have you guys really enjoyed about being in this area? I know you haven't probably been many places other than this room at this point, but like maybe something nice about the drive, or before we started, I think there was a little talk about Utica, so you guys maybe want to, talk about your Utica experiences even.
I was at a club, we used to play, I mean, we played the East Coast in New York and Jersey and PA a lot. We were out, in 2013, we were out this way a lot. We used to play the Rock and Roll Preserve in Utica, in the last 13 years, probably 4 or 5 times. And I was asking if there was a place we could go back to there, because those were great, packed rock nights, they were really good nights, and we just haven't been back there. And I just found out from you guys that the place is closed, so.
Unfortunately it is, but we can suggest a few other spots that we think can accommodate you. We'd love to have you back. I think it would do a good draw too, not that it matters really what I think, but we still really, we know what we like here. So, it's easy to lock back into that niche if you want to do that. I would like everyone to say something nice about each other before we wrap up. How's
It's
that?
happening right now.
Wow.
Is this as nice as you get to each other right now?
Is this like
is
some
it?
kind of monster metallic?
Yeah.
We're all on a couch together.
Lars is gonna storm off.
There must be something though that you guys dig about working with each other, or you wouldn't do it.
Oh, working together, absolutely.
Oh, okay, we
This
can define
is a
it.
great band to be in. This is a great band to be in.
This group of people, no matter who's playing or whatever, we've all known each other for a long time. It's like a family.
Right.
So, yeah, we spent many years.
I love how Kyle, in the morning when he leaves the room, he leaves a little note. I love note. I'm going to get some bacon.
See you tonight.
See you at the show. See you in the van. Little things like that are cool.
Things like that. I make sure the cup, the cup is on the right hand side because you drink right.
Puts the seat up when he's done.
See, this is what keeps people together. This is the magic that nobody knows about. It is kind of like a relationship, being in a band with like a lot of people that you're not sleeping with, hopefully.
Well,
I mean, whatever. But that seems to have made it more complicated for some people who've done that. So. All right, well, again, we're really glad that you guys sat down with Fuze, and we hope that you have a great show. We anticipate rocking out very hard to it, and thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having us.
thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Melissa. Appreciate it.
Enjoy the pizza.
Pizza.
Enjoy the pizza.
Thanks,
You
guys.
know, they will.
They, who will?
Critters.
Let's hope not. Let's hope they wait until we're done, though. Holy cow.
Trust me, up in New York, you hear all sorts of stuff running through the walls and ceilings. It's that time of year.
Squirrels.
Yeah.
Squirrels.
Mice,
Some of them are friendly.
squirrels.
That's what's up there.
Some of them do. It's like